All right, everyone. You know those New Orleans prison escapees down there and that magically managed to drill a hole behind a toilet and then left various hilarious messages behind? Apparently, one more of them has been captured, so there are still six people at large. It's not clear whether they're ever going to capture them at all. By now, they're probably outside of the state entirely, actually, or in a safe house or something like that. Well, Jeff Landry, the government of Louisiana, he's indicting the legal system there for being too progressive. I tell you about my own experiences down there in NOLA jail. Now, I wasn't in prison. It's jail and prison are not the same thing. I didn't see any particular security concerns, and I didn't see really any progress. So I have to maybe debate the point with Jeff Landry on that one. But it is true. When you use DEI training to hire your guards, and you're fixated on making sure that everything is rainbow colored and shit like that, as opposed to simply shoring up security, there's a difference between the detention strategies that you should use for people in the drunk tank. They were jaywalking, although in New Orleans, I don't think anyone really cares, by the way. You should see the crosswalk system in New Orleans. It's a little bit of a mess. There's a little bit of a difference between that, basic petty crimes, they shoplifted or something, and people who have committed, five aggravated assaults, two attempted murders, grand theft auto, like violent crimes, meaningful crimes, things that, have a little zing to them. The conditions should be different. It's astonishing to me that the prison is what was breached instead of the local detention facility for people who, in some cases, are detained there. They haven't even been like fully arraigned or anything like that. It's a little bit different. It is astonishing, and Landry is fundamentally correct, by the way. He's aiming a fire at I believe, the police commissioner, who I believe has responded actually quite angrily. I'm not sure if I'm getting it right. I don't know if it's commissioner, chief. I can't remember which one. But he's basically indicting the law enforcement system itself and saying, look, clearly we got a fucking problem. What could the problem possibly be caused by? Could it be progressivism? I happen to concur. Yes, when this sort of thing happens, it's probably I mean, pretty much everything foul in the world at this point stems from attempts at progress, which is very, very strange. Interesting how the more we proceed, the more we go backwards. Like jailbreaks and stuff like this is the stuff of like Wild West legends and shit like that. You know, he managed to smuggle in a hacksaw on his birthday because his mom put it in the cake, and then he cuts through the iron bars, and then he manages to escape and rides off into the sunset with a horse or something like that. This kind of jailbreak is not that common. There are very few people who manage to escape from even a jail, let alone an outright prison. This points to ineptitude. At least one person, I believe, has already been fired, which doesn't surprise me at all. I suspect there will be more firings as well. I mean, the messages they left behind and give me fits, so to speak. This is a very, very strange case. It had to be an outside job, um, as well as an inside job. That's the irony. And someone from the outside had to drill into the inside in order to cause this to happen. I was looking at pictures of it too, and I was thinking to myself, God damn, that wall looks awful thin for a detention facility. It looks like it's awfully easy to breach. Like somebody with a snowplow, I mean, you're not going to find many of those down in New Orleans, or a bulldozer or something could easily breach the wall, and then everyone comes pouring out. With a concerted effort, assuming there's no snitches that end up getting stitches, that rats them out, assuming that's not the case, you could plow apparently right through the outside fence, right into the wall and just demolish it. And it wouldn't even be apparently very hard. This does not appear to be a particularly high security facility, even though the charges that I'm seeing with these people, and again, I don't know if they're guilty of any of the fucking charges, They could be innocent on all counts, and they're just getting railroaded. You never know. I've seen this before. We've all seen this before in the news as well, even the legacy media. Apparently, you have such low security at this facility that people that have a litany of violent and meaningful crimes against them, in some cases literal murder, fucking aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, grand larceny, all sorts of crazy shit, are capable of escaping because they drilled out behind the toilet. This this makes absolutely no sense, by the way. Either somebody on the outside helped them, and that's likely, or these were really, really intelligent inmates. And, I mean, that could be the case as well. We never know. But Jeff Landry is lambasting the justice system and law enforcement in the state, saying, look, the fact that this could possibly happen is a stunning indictment of the way in which we're doing business, so to speak. I happen to agree with him. Yeah, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. You'd have a harder time escaping from Marble Valley, I think. That's about all. Peace out.